Ooh. More, all right, 1 2 1 2 testing. Ooh. I think you can hear me. Yeah. I think everybody can. Everybody can.
A day for our diaries next month here for the Bank of Canada as Gravel is set to be delivering a speech on QT on March 21st.
Damn.
Just a reminder, we got a piece from RBC earlier in the session that the Bank of Canada holds its QT programme within months.
Hello, John.
As well, we
How
are
are
expecting to hear from
you?
Bank of Canada's Mendez later in the session around 7:30 London time.
Let's have a look. Yes. All right, here's a trappity trap. Pretty nice order block here. Again, I wouldn't trade this particular order block. I would trade this on the S&P 500. I would trade the liquidation of this double top here of these highs. So I would trade this area short on the S&P 500. Maybe. Cosmic Chronicles. Hello, ABOB. Mina Nagy. I have a friend, or I used to have a friend out of Australia that her last name was Nagy. Yes, Nagy. I mean, I haven't heard from her in 10 years. Hopefully she's still alive. All right. So, pretty good possible shorts here on US equities. Choosing the US 100 or the NASDAQ for that short. Looking at possible. I mean, just have a look at gold today. Gold is just fucking annoying to trade. Won't be trading anything, metals related. After that big drop yesterday, I mean, my analysis was spot on yesterday. Short gold here. But again, I didn't, couldn't, wouldn't. I didn't do it.
Just over 10 minutes away now to the bottom of the hour, waiting the cash equity open in the US for the start of the day. As well, in terms of Fed speaker at the bottom, we wait to hear from Fed's Goolsbee participating in a Q&A at the bottom of the hour. We have posted a link onto the board to watch the event live. This is a Q&A at the Council on Foreign Relations in New York. No indication of a text to be released here, but again, we do have a link on the board. A reminder of comments from Goolsbee last week that
All
reiterating
right,
that he'd like to
so
see more of the
let's cut
favourable
this guy
inflation
off.
data published in the past several months, did not explicitly rule out the potential for
um,
rate cuts in
all
March.
right, so questions. Hungarian name? No. Oh wow. No, she's from Australia. I don't know. Nagy. You gotta do something about your partner or VIP group. All his trade, his stop loss. Why he's still in the round? Well, mate, just don't follow his trades if you don't want to. It's as simple as that. And if you really have something to say, just email support about it. Is there a short chance of GBP yen? I don't fucking know. Let's have a look. Look. Yeah. I mean, all right. I dig what you're saying. Finally, man. Let's have a look on the 5 minute. I mean, again, a very big, imbalance. This was UK CPIs, if I'm not mistaken, or um, was it? I don't know. No, yeah, UK CPIs, UK CPIs. So that was a pound-driven move. Um, but again, short on the pound yen would mean long on the Japanese yen, and I just don't like going long on the Japanese yen when the structure in this market is still very much bearish, right? If the structure in this market is still very much bearish, I wouldn't want to go short, right, until we get a market structure shift. Now, let me show you what a market structure shift really looks like. Now, a market structure shift, I'm going to show you in this market actually. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna find something in this market. No. A market structure shift is pretty easy to determine. So
Some updated
basically,
research here from
what we
UBS noting
are
that these still
looking for is a couple of things. We're looking um, for an immediate trend. For example, this is a pullback, right? This is a pullback, even though we have a very big. Now, this is the thing, guys. We have a very big move to the upside, but this is still a pullback because there is no market structure shift in play. Now, here's the low of the moves. That low hasn't been swept with, right? That's the number one. Hasn't been swept with. So this, my friends, is not a bullish reversal. This is a bullish pullback. So I am not going to look for longs here at this imbalance because this is not a bullish reversal. I trade with the trend. That's why this, my friends, got stopped out. Right, this long on the Japanese yen got stopped out because you're trying to go long on a pullback. If I were to try to go long, I would most definitely look for a market structure shift, which we didn't have here. We didn't have a market structure shift here. Market structure shift is quite easy. If you notice, here is the last high of the pullback. Now here we have the liquidation of those highs. Then we have that break of the structure or that market structure shift, right? The way that I would play this, I would have gotten short here at this order block right there. I mean, everybody's a hindsight hero, but that's the play. And as you can see, you need to always trade with the trend. That's why I love my entry model, because it shows me which way I should be trading. Now, here we do have a listen to me. We do have a last sweep of the lows right here. Now, for this to be a market structure shift, this high has to be liquidated right here. This high has to be liquidated. One bam. So, and if this high gets liquidated, leaving an imbalance around these levels, then I will look for longs here, right on the Japanese yen, which would mean that I would look for shorts on the pound yen. Right? Hope that makes sense, guys. Why didn't you take the second imbalance on the US 100? John Williams. Let's have a look. Now, where was it? Which second imbalance? Ay, qué guapa. Ah, en serio. ¿A dónde? Chulona, chulona. Ah, qué chivo. So the second imbalance, I don't understand what second imbalance. This one? This is too big of an imbalance. I don't have an entry here. But if you can be a little bit. Hey guys, so what the fuck? If you're not part of the VIP group, it's almost free to get part for a lifetime, right? Using, and we're giving you this. Just open an account with this link, deposit $250, trade with that account, and send your details to my support team, and they will add you to my VIP for a lifetime. Sorry. Oh wow. So that's how easy it is. Around 18,000 on the Nasdaq. 18,000. Oh, this one. Oh, what you mean? So this is the first one, first imbalance right here. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's probably the best entry to be completely honest. But we do have a protected high here, an internal high. It is possibly the best entry mate, to be completely honest, but I'm gonna try here, and if I fail, I'm gonna try this one. You know, yeah, it is probably the best entry. Let me just see if my entry is in premium or not. Yeah, it is. I mean, we are still very much at a premium for shorts. ¿Qué pasa? Yo la voy a bañar. Sí. ¿Y es por quién? Vaya, pues. Yeah, pretty much. So, I understand what your point is, and it looks like the better entry made, to be completely and utterly honest with you. But I'm gonna try this one. This is the we have a protected internal high on the structure. We have liquidity here. Everything is pointing out at a good. I mean, at a good short. Also, we are at premium. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm dyslexic, so we are above the halfway of the move. So here is a good zone of high probability, zone, given the facts that I have everything on my checklist. Again, it could fail. There's a probability that it will fail. There's a probability that it will not fail. And there's also the fucking probability that price will not reach my fucking entry. So there's always probabilities, right? But this is a high probability setup in my eyes, so I'm definitely taking it. All right, so that's that. We are 2 minutes until the casino opens. Boom, boom. Casino about to open. And nothing else, guys. Super sketchy. Not super sketchy, but super rangy trading after CPIs, right? I mean, the pound was the one that we could have traded short today on CPIs, but again, I was asleep. I mean, yeah, it was at 1 a.m. right here. I wake up at 1:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. So I was asleep. I mean, give me a fucking break. So, Ethereum. See, everything is just so boring to trade. Now, let's put on our thinking hats, shall we? And let's have a look at this on the 50-minute chart. I mean, if I mean, I always get the question, right? Hey, the casino open, heads up. If I'm looking for price to go all the way up here, why I don't take a long? Let's put on our thinking hats, caps. So this is a bad imbalance to take because, hold on, let me Google this. I always mix them up. All right, so if I grab my Fibonacci tool from low to high, right? I only buy at discount, so below the 50% move, right? And this imbalance is at premium, so I wouldn't want to do that. The perfect zone for me to go long would be here. We do have a ton of liquidity, so I am going to. I would want to think to go long here, right? Now, why, guys? Because we do have a market structure shift in play. We got that last liquidity swipe, or whatever, you understand. liquidity sweep. We do have a market structure shift in play here. Now, the market structure shift, market structure shift here. We do have liquidity here. All of those a bamboo. God damn it, my puppy's crying. All of those, lows, Asian session lows. So you know what? We might actually place a long on U.S. equities, looking for the double whammy, the boomerang. So why don't we fucking do that? Good morning, Paulo. I mentioned you yesterday on the VIP group. Remember? How do you define market structure? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So we might look for the double whammy, the boom fucking rang. But you know what? I'm gonna take the S&P 500 for longs on the 50-minute chart on my challenge account. I still have a 4% to go. Hasn't been. I mean, I started the year with bad decisions. I was at 8%. I have to hit 10% to get the 100K. I was at 8%, but I always dig myself up in a hole whenever I start the year. Now, this year was not as big of a hole as normally, um, but I went down to 103K on the first trading day of the year. Just doubling up on positions because, yeah, I wanted that account. But you know what? It's fine. It's always, it seems that way that it's always the same fucking thing. But, market structure shifts. So I'm gonna go. Where? Right. Where should, where should I place my buys? Now, again, this is the 50-minute. This is another 50-minute imbalance, but as you can see, this has been mitigated, right? And I always use the imbalance closest to the order block, which is this one. That created that a big spike. This is the OB, that is the imbalance. So I'm taking the first one, right? God damn. God damn. Let's see if this position size calculator can calculate my position size correctly on this market. I think so. It doesn't work on gold. So we do have a breaker here, but you know what? I'm gonna take just a tiny piece right here. Now, targeting liquidity. Targeting liquidity, that means here. Uh-huh. Right there. So that's a 3.5 R. And there you go. It's 5,000. See, it doesn't fucking work. I don't understand why not. But if it's 23 lots, I'm gonna do 2.3, right? Should be good enough, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna send this to my VIPs, guys. I'm gonna record the video. Shit. Hold on. I had my cap lock. Orlando's new VIP train. SPX 500. It's a buy limits. um, you know what? One thing that I don't know. Um, I'm a very big. I mean, I wouldn't say I am a big music fan, but I am a very big fan of singers, right? Just good voices, clean voices. I don't know. I've always wanted to learn how to sing. Eventually, I will, because I got the music in me. I just gotta get it out. Daddy, I have the music in me. Was a I don't remember the R on this train, so a 3 point something, right? A 3.2 R. A 3.2 R. I'm gonna reach 0.50%. I'm gonna send this as a free trade too. Bomba. Underline. I'll be damned, guys. I will be damned. I'm rewatching, House of Cards on Netflix because, my girl hadn't watched it. And I told her that that was the first, um, original series, original content created by a streaming service. At the time it was a big bet by Netflix on original content, and it completely worked out, right? And you know that pum pum sound Netflix has at the whenever a movie or a show is going to start. Well, that is the 2 pounds on the desk that Kevin Spacey's character does on House of Cards, the pum pum with the ring. So, fun fact, if you didn't know that. All right, how do I define market structure? Well, mate, let me just create the video for my VIP. Hola, mi bamboo. Everybody wants to meet you. Here is bamboo. Here's that bamboo. Here's bamboo's toy. Say bye. So if you want to chat with me, just subscribe to the channel, to your YouTube channel. It's free. All right. Let me just go big here. I need a shake. Hello, traders. How are you? I know that it sounds a little bit counterintuitive to place a buy limit on the S&P 500 if we have a sell limit on the Nasdaq. But let me explain to you what we're doing here. So basically, and if you're not a VIP, just join. Follow the steps to get a lifetime access. Now, we do have a sell limit on the Nasdaq, right? But what I think about this is this. So if we go to, I don't think it's horrific to stay on the 50-minute chart here, right? If you notice, on the 50-minute chart, guys, we had liquidity here. We had a ton of liquidity here. Now, price liquidated those lows and got to, I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm gonna eyeball it. I really have much time to extend right, and it got to the point of interest on the, it got to the point of interest where we could in fact look for longs effectively. Now, I'm not gonna place a long, like I said yesterday here, just because we hit that low, or because we liquidated those lows. Now let me just delete everything that I've done here. What I'm going to do, because we already hit that, I'm going to look for a market structure shift. Now market structure shift it happened here. We got the last liquidation of the lows, guys, of the lows right here. Last liquidation of the lows. That means that this high is where the market structure shifted from immediately bearish to bullish, right here. Now, I'm not going to change the market, of course, but now that we have our market structure shift right at our point of interest, right, well, where buyers should be jumping in, we're going to look for that liquidity. Now, we have liquidity. All of the Asian session lows are basically that liquidity that's going to attract price into sweeping. And my point of interest is, of course, the odd block that is closest to the, I'm sorry, the imbalance that is close to the odd block that created that move. Now, not give everything away, this is my setup. Long here at the breaker 2 with targets at that liquidity high for a nice 3.8 R or so. I don't remember, 3.2 R or so. Oh yeah, I'm targeting this liquidity high, 3.2 R. So that's my setup. So whose trading strategy is being sold by the Learn to Trade team since there is more than one trader? No one's selling a trading strategy, mate. There's two signal providers, and you can choose who to follow. But we don't sell strategies. I mean, you can ask the VIPs here, who do you think you should follow? Ay, ay, ay. All right. ¿Qué quieres decir con 3.2 R? Ah, el riesgo, amigo, es una R. Entonces, el posible beneficio son 3.2 veces tu riesgo. Entonces, si tu riesgo es una R y el posible beneficio son 3.2 veces tu riesgo, entonces el posible beneficio es 3.2 Rs. A eso me refiero. Right? So that's what I'm looking at for today, guys. Nothing else. Pretty choppy. US dollar wise, we don't have any news. So, yeah, I'm going to log out. Unless you have a question or so. Or unless you have a question, then I will. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you a few minutes for you to ask me anything that you wanna know. That you. I'm gonna give you a few minutes. All right. Well, mate. ABOB. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that with my support team. They haven't told me anything about that. They haven't told me anything about that. I'm sorry. Yeah. But I will check with them and I'll get back. So how can I get from rookie to trader pro to trader to pro with Learn to Trade? Well, mate, the first thing is subscribe to my VIP channels because I mean you're going to get all my trades. You're going to get all videos on my thought process. And the second thing you need to do is join my live shows and ask me everything that you want to know or every doubt that you have about my thought processes. and I'll respond here. And little by little, you're going to get there. Seriously, all of Olympia hit stop loss. Well, stop following him. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait until one of my two equities trade gets triggered. And yeah, I'm going to let you know on everything. If you're a VIP, if you're not, then you should subscribe. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow because there's nothing to do here. I mean, it's not worth it. If you're not going to ask me questions about my strategy or this is not a strategy. This is an entry model. This is just a set of. That's the difference, right? A trading strategy leaves room to interpretation, right? This is an entry model. An entry model leaves no room for interpretation, and it's a set of rules that you follow. Well, why didn't you take the long trade on the US 100? I don't know. I mean, I could have. It's the same it's the same setup, mate. It's the same setup. I just like the S&P 500 better. But it's the same setup. This is the US 100, this is the S&P 500, it's the same fucking setup. You know? Uh, Diversity, I think? Inclusiveness. Oh, mosquitoes are fucking eating me alive. Where's the geckos when you need them, right? So, any more questions? I'm gonna give you a few minutes. Uh, so, hey, Godspeed, Freeman. Does not offer paid education. Not for the moment, mate. Eventually, I will. I'm creating a course, right? So, but I don't want to call it a course because I'm not teaching. I'm not going to teach you a lesson. This is just, you're going to pay to understand the step by step of my entry model, my sniper entry model. Remember, these are ICT concepts. I didn't create the wheel. I just adapted his concepts to create my own entry model. Uh, but again, yeah, what I will be selling is just a step by step on how to trade like me, right? Because this entry model is just, it's back and forward tested. Most importantly, forward tested, and the data shows that it's incredibly profitable. Yeah, and like the F1 strategy is going to have its own private group. It'll be around same thing as the F1 strategy, 500 pounds or so. All right, so thank you for joining me. Looks like we might get triggered long here on that pullback liquidation of the Asian session lows. There's a ton of liquidity here. Yeah, this is looking phenomenal. So, do you only trade one time frame? Yeah. I only do that. Normally, I take my trades on the 5 to 3 minute chart, but because yesterday was CPIs, got it. Magnet mode. Oh boy, I don't, weak magnet? What is magnet mode? Strong magnet. Weak magnet? What is this? But because yesterday was CPIs, there was a ton of volatile moves that if I start going down on time frames, I'm not going to be able to pinpoint my exact entry. All right, so thank you for joining me, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Anything you want to anything you want to let me know, just email support.